Hello everybody, we are coming to you from Disney Springs AMC, where we're going to yet another D23 pre-screening. This time it's going to be for Thunderbolts, which comes out this Friday. We're going to see it 2 days early here, so let's go inside. Usually they give us a little gift. Let's see what the gift is, and then we'll do a review of the movie afterwards. I've got this little medallion, our gift. Not bad. Okay, we are back from the movie Thunderbolts. This is the little thing they gave us. It's not the coolest thing that they've given us during these things, but still, hey, I'll take free things. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the movie before we get into spoilers, and then we'll talk about spoilers. So I have been watching the Marvel movies since about 2010, so about 2 years after the original Iron Man came out, and I now am obsessed with all of it, thanks to my friend Eric. But going from Iron Man all the way to now Thunderbolts, I've seen every single movie at least twice, if not a whole lot more. And then on top of that, I've seen all the Marvel shows and everything else like that. So overall, this might be in my top 5, if not the top 3 Marvel movies I've seen. It is without a doubt the best Marvel movie that's come out since Endgame, although Deadpool and Wolverine's right up there too. But this movie was so well done. I laughed a whole lot more than I was expecting to. I got teary-eyed at one point, and it was very emotional. Like, it was one of those movies where I was blown away because I did not realize that the humor and the emotion that was going to be behind it was going to be there. And overall, it was there. Now, before we get into spoilers, there's a few things that I feel like we should talk about before you go see this movie. Number one, I think it's important for you to go back and watch a few different movies and possibly a few different TV shows just to kind of get a little grasp on who characters are, or just kind of remind yourself. Number one being Black Widow. If you go back and watch Black Widow, you'll have her, cover about 3 of the characters pretty well. In addition to Black Widow, Ant-Man the Wasp has a big theme in there, and then in addition to Ant-Man the Wasp and Black Widow, if you can go back and watch probably even just like the last episode or 2 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you'll have a pretty good grasp on who all the characters are. Now, we're going to get into some spoilers here, so if you don't want no spoilers, just end right here. Thank you, subscribe, all that other fun stuff. But, spoiler warning. So, overall, this movie, hilarious. Also, so emotional. Now, I've worked with people with mental health issues before. I know a lot of people with mental health issues, and I've seen them go through very tough times. If you know people like this, you're going to get really, really emotional because they cover a lot of that kind of stuff in this film. So, first off, there's a character named Bob. Bob is, without a doubt, the funniest character in the movie, but also the most emotional character in the movie. Bob has amazing scenes. Bob is, 90% of the time when I was laughing in this movie, it was because of Bob's character. Bob's character was so well written. I absolutely loved Bob in every way, shape, and form. However, Bob also went through a huge mental health arc, and because of it, he does become the villain of the movie too. And in order for them to actually go through and defeat Bob's character, they also have to go through and help his mental health issues. And it's one of those things where I was thinking, if you would have told me beforehand that this is going to be a movie all about mental health, I would have been like, I don't know how they're going to handle this, if it's going to be very well done. It was so well done. So well done. It's one of those where people who I know who have struggled with mental health issues, I hope they go see this movie, because I feel like in some way, shape, or form, it's going to help them overcome some of the stuff that they've gone through in their life too. And because of that, because of the people who I know who've gone through these things, I was so emotional during those parts. I was like, oh my gosh, this movie is really speaking to me and the people who I love. Oh, but Bob, hilarious. All of the characters were so well done, and I cannot wait to see it again. Honestly, I think it was the best Marvel movie since Endgame, without a doubt. I will see this movie at least, I think I might see it at least 1 more time in theaters, if not 2 more times in theaters, because the overall just atmosphere in that theater was unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And yeah, we got to go for free, but at the same time, I would have paid the money and I still would have had the same experience. It was just such a well done film from start to finish. In addition to that, make sure you stay to the very end of the credits. There are 2 post-credit scenes. And also, yes, we do find out why there's the little asterisks after Thunderbolts, and that's explained at the end of the first post-credit scene, but then stay all the way to the end, because at the end, like, the MCU is getting back on track to what it was before Endgame. Like, everything after Endgame, I have still really enjoyed. There's just been a few that I'm like Eternals is hands down my least favorite Marvel film. I've watched it twice. I gave it a second chance that I shouldn't have. But overall, going through and watching some of the ones after Endgame, I'm like, it's still great. It just doesn't have that same oomph to it. And this movie brings back that, like, just amazingness. I cannot wait to go see it again. But that's going to be the end of our little review. As always, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We will see you once again tomorrow for more Disney fun. Until then, oh yeah.